Today I'm exploring Sydney's nightlife. There are so many side quests in this video, make sure you watch till the very end. We have just arrived now to Sydney CBD Town Hall Station. This is a city of almost 5 million people and a country with a population sub 28 million. Today we're going to be investigating Sydney's crazy nightlife, if there even is one. Back in 2020, the government installed what is known as lockout laws, which meant they essentially locked down the city to avoid people from going out and spreading the disease. As such, that killed Sydney's nightlife entirely. However, in recent years, the councils and the politicians have noticed that Australia's economy was a little bit in shambles in terms of tourism. So what they decided to do was remove those lockout laws to sort of reignite Sydney's nightlife once more. And this is the state of it today. I mean, so far, guys, seems like there's a whole ton of people here. And back in 2020, there was genuinely absolutely no one, even after COVID-19's big pandemic sort of went away. That is some pure talent right there, if you ask me about talent. So being in the heart of the CBD here at Town Hall Station, next to Central Station, surrounding us are a lot of these big hotels and big corporations as well. I mean, CBD stands for Central Business District at the end of the day. But the scene completely changes at night, and we are witnessing it right now with the abundance of people here as well. You can see a lot of these bikes are probably knocked over by a lot of these drunk people here in the city. And right over here is Queen Victoria, and right next to it is the Queen Victoria building. And this building has a lot of nice shops apparently, and Gucci stores, Louis Vuitton, Rolex. It's essentially a very boutique hybrid shopping complex that looks quite old. I don't know about you guys, but the scene here in Sydney, it's very similar to New York in some ways. I feel like Australia is eventually going to be the British version of America, or some of that equivalent, I guess. A big reason as to why Sydney's nightlife has gotten a lot better in recent years as well is not only because the government and the councils removed the lockout laws that they instilled during COVID times, but the attractiveness to come to Australia in terms of tourism and to study especially is absolutely growing exponentially year after year. And that statistic is very apparent when you actually come to Australia and you look at all the shops and all the people that work at the shops. 90% of them are migrant workers that come from predominantly Southeast Asian countries such as India, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, and right now the next migration trend seems to be coming from South America as well. So it's a really interesting statistic, and Australia obviously is a land of abundance, of opportunities. It's in their national anthem as well. But unfortunately, at the same time, we are noticing that there's a lot of anti-immigration sentiment coming from a lot of the traditional Aussies that have lived here their whole lives. And a lot of the anti-immigration sentiment is mainly coming from the economic factors that are affecting Australia right now, which includes the cost of living crisis and the housing crisis as well. The average home in Australia is about $1 million in a low socioeconomic suburb as well, which is insane to think about, right? So because of all these factors that are making the lives of Aussies hard, they want to blame that to external factors, which the politicians, unfortunately, the conservative politicians, are pinpointing to the immigrants and the migrants that are coming to Australia, who are in fact adding more of a net positive gain to society than a negative one. So right now we're at George Street. George Street is essentially Sydney's most popular nightlife street, or I guess main street in the business district, and the vibes here are absolutely super similar to New York. This definitely feels like New York in a lot of ways. In fact, it might be cleaner and nicer than New York as well. If you can just take a look at these buildings here as well, that looks just like Seattle, but the Australian version. And to be honest, guys, I think I can pull off a pretty good Aussie accent. I mean, you just let me know in the comments if this is a good Aussie accent. And the New York reference that I just said is absolutely apparent in this cinema that seems to be closed at the moment. Just more and more and more shopping shops everywhere. It's absolutely crazy. I guess a lot of tourists come and do shopping here. But I'm getting tired of the scenery. Let's go see where the real nightlife is, where the real partying happens, and we're gonna rent a bike. Okay, no helmets, no problem. Oh my god, bro, this fucking bike doesn't even have a pedal. This is some bullshit. God damn it. I just paid $3 for this no ride experience. You know what? I'm gonna report it to Lime because this is genuinely unfair. Fine, I'm not gonna report it because I'm worried if I do report it, they're gonna pinpoint the blame on me as the person that broke the freaking bicycle, which is totally unfair. Yeah, I don't want to take any risks, so Lime, you can keep your $2.24 and I'll just walk instead, as that's a healthier option at the end of the day. But I'm thirsty as hell, so we're gonna go grab a bev right now. Let's see the drink selections that they have here. So all the energy drinks. I feel like it's too late and I wanted to make this video quite accurate, so I came a little bit late to the city as well. It's about 10 p.m. because the metros were closed as usual. $4.45 for a 600 milliliter Coke. What a joke. What a joke of a price. You can never go wrong with some electrolytes, am I right? Nah, I don't want any of the artificial grape. Gold Rush. Not for the vibe right now. Peach Pucker Sour. 150 calories, 33 grams of sugar. I think that's a selection for us right now. $2.25, not too shabby. Powerade Peach Sour review, let's go. Yo, that tastes like shit. It tastes like baby puri. I don't know, it just does not taste sour and it does not taste like peach. Powerade, you have not impressed me with this succulent beverage as I thought it would have been. Do a better job. No, it's a no judgment zone. It's a no judgment zone, whatever. The lyrics are cooked. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that is 18 plus R-rated lyrics. These guys look like freaking minors as well, so it's pretty damn crazy. So we're still at George Street. This is Regent Place. Now, Regent Place is pretty much a small shopping complex that has a lot of Asian stores and matcha stores and bubble tea stores and that sort of thing. And it's a really, really nice shopping complex, but it's closed right now. I would have showed it to you guys, but it's closed. And Molly Tea, on the other hand, is another new bubble tea entrant to the market that has gone crazy viral for some reason, especially with the Chinese Australian community. I mean, every day there's like a huge line at Molly Tea, and I have no idea what the difference is. I've tried it once, and I still don't get what the hype is for Molly Tea. So if anyone here is a Molly Tea fan or knows the brand well, write down in the comments why that is. And something really interesting that I've noticed all around Sydney as well is all these little pop-up tobacco shops. And when you look a little bit closely as to why they're closed, this premises is closed because of what? Sale of illicit tobacco. The reason for that is the sale of illicit tobacco has grown like wildfire in Australia. the government keeps increasing the taxes for cigarettes year after year. I mean, the average price for a pack of cigarette these days is around 40 fucking Australian dollars. Imagine paying $40, $2 a cigarette to smoke, right? You would definitely either quit smoking or look for alternatives. And that's what people that own these tobacco stores are taking advantage of. So what I'm trying to say here as well is that the government, from how strict and stringent they are with the tobacco prices, created this black market for the sale of tobacco, and not to mention vapes, which has been a crazy trend in Australia as well. Bros just chilling, and people are just walking. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what a typical Saturday night, 10 p.m. looks like at the heart of Sydney CBD. And it's really, really, really busy. And I've noticed that most of the people here as well are not actual Australians that live here. They're mainly tourists.
Are you recording?
I'm not live and I'm not recording. What's up? Why are you guys dressed as frogs?
Holy shit. Hello.
What's up? What's up? What's the plan for tonight? What's the plan for tonight?
I don't even know. We just got told to dress like this. Oh yeah, we got told to dress like this for a birthday party, and like the people never showed up for the birthday. We kind of got left alone, so we're like this.
Yo,
No, sure.
That was not nice.
No. Like he said something in our language, and it was insulting.
Oh, what language do you speak?
It's our made-up language. It's part of like it's the frog religion.
Oh, dude, that's fucking cool. That's
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Abdullah.
Abdullah? Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Or Frog Alex the Third.
Guys.
Yes.
If you could teleport anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Messi's bathroom.
Messi, Argentina.
Sorry. Ronaldo's bathroom.
Ronaldo, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Ronaldo's
That's what I'm
bathroom.
talking about.
Personally, I would like to become Ice Speed and do a backflip.
He said teleport.
Hell yeah.
You fuckwit.
Teleport means jump.
Alright, guys, what do you think about Sydney's nightlife?
It's pretty dead. Like, there's not much going on right
think
now.
it's dead?
Kinda. I mean, like we're the only ones wearing onesies that we've seen.
How
So.
about you stop
Do you
hogging
genuinely
the mic?
think Sydney's nightlife is dead?
Yeah, how about you stop hogging the mic, yo?
He thinks it's dead. Do you think it's dead?
Mate, if we're the only ones out here in these costumes and everyone else is looking at us judgmentally, I reckon it's pretty dead.
No, it depends.
Well, are you from Sydney?
Sure, yeah.
Sure, well, guess what? Only for the locals, it's very dead. But for someone new, you come around on the street and you see me, bro, it's just different, man.
Blood
It's
is
just not the
spitting
same.
facts.
Oh
Blood is
my
spitting
god,
facts. Blood is
that is
spitting facts.
right, bro.
It depends where you go in Sydney. I've heard some of the clubs are good. Like, we haven't really gone too much because a couple of people are a bit young to go and don't want to buy a fakie, so it is what it is.
Respect, guys. Have an awesome night.
Respect, man. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Those guys are pretty fucking lit. I mean, not everyone gets dressed up in costumes and go out at night. So I really respect the hustle and not caring. So right over here is the Meriton Tower. I mean, this is the Meriton Hotel. And the Meriton Hotel is very famous here in Sydney for hosting a lot of parties. And they're usually the kind that are very degenerate as well. This is what you were talking about, yeah? Looks like a little kid that stole something, unfortunately, or had a knife. Which means, by definition, he's an ashay, brah. Okay, I know why that's here. I exactly know why that's here. There's this famous TikToker, Roger Rari, and like a bunch of his other friends, they actually made it to the news for the wild stunts that they do here in public for attention and for clicks and whatever. Okay, now that we've finished exploring George Street here, which is essentially Sydney's main nightlife district and street, we're going to be going to the Darling Harbour, which should give us another very, very different nightlife experience. Because the Darling Harbour is a lot more posh. It's a lot more I guess it's a little bit more rich than George Street, which really just accommodates the drinking culture, all the clubs and whatnot. I'll see you there. All right, guys, we've just made it now to the Darling Quarter, which is the area right next to the Darling Harbour. And I just found out something pretty cool. So here in Sydney, the government actually did this amazing initiative for the World Cup. They have this huge open stadium where they host all the games. And just look at the scale of this arena with those two huge screens over there for people to watch the World Cup. It's just an amazing initiative. And yeah, welcome to Australia, guys. where the government tax the hell out of you, but provide you with awesome services. Now, right next to the Darling Quarter is the Darling Harbour. Now, this is probably the top touristic attraction here in Sydney. And despite it being the top touristic attraction, there's not too many people here as there were back in George Street, which is the main party street. It's really nice vibe here so far, you know, all the people just out here with their families, but not eating anything, unfortunately, since all the shops are apparently closed, as they usually are in Australia at 5 p.m, which is crazy to even think about.
Angelo, bro, oi, go follow that shit up, bro. Go look that shit up, bro. Arthur Cunha.
We've got another guy streaming here as well. What's the channel's name? What's the channel's name?
Are you filming? I don't know, bro.
Who the hell? Who's that? Looks like Marlon.
Marlon.
You look like Marlon, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
What's your name? No, I lived there for a bit though.
Where'd you live from? I'm
I'm originally from Egypt. I grew up in Dubai.
I'm Greek.
Yeah.
I'm Greek. That's beautiful, bro.
Oh, you're Greek. Fucking up. Fucking up.
Hey, chat, what's good? What's good?
Good.
What's your name?
What's good? King Dullah.
King Dullah. Everyone go follow my boy King Dullah.
King Dullah. King Dullah on YouTube.
Can I ask you something, man?
Yeah,
Have
sure,
you noticed
sure.
a difference? How long have you been in Australia for?
10 years. Alaikum assalam.
Ciao, mi amigo. Ciao, mi amigo.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum.
Ciao, mi amigo. Huh?
What was the question, bro?
Have you noticed a difference in filming in public in Australia compared to the States?
Absolutely. People in Australia care a lot more being on camera than they are in the States or even in Europe. I did a lot of travel vlogs in Europe, Asia, and only in Australia do people really get involved. They're like, don't fucking record me or that sort of thing.
Do you get called? No, don't be silly. You can show them. Fuck. Anyway, so would you notice, do you ever get called names and shit as you walk past someone with a camera or whatever the case is?
I used to get called Andrew Tate a lot.
Hey,
when
can I rub it?
recording.
Please.
Use a magic word and I'll allow you to rub it. Please, he said it multiple times.
Bro,
You just rubbed my sweaty bald head.
I got strength now.
What was your name?
Angelo.
What's it on Twitch?
Angelo Calessis. I'm gonna say this right now though.
Yeah.
I promise you on everything good and true in my life, I will do this for the next 10 years, guys. Right, at the moment I'm working in construction, cleaning shit on actual ships, like the Navy ships, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing that to fund my streaming. There's no world where I'm not gonna make it in this shit. I'm gonna tell you right now. So you're gonna see my name one day.
Respect, bro.
And I hope to see you at the top.
Likewise.
Genuinely, bro. Keep on
We're
doing your
both
thing,
hustling. We're both gonna make it out there.
God bless you, brother.
Take care, Angelo, all right?
Good night.
Well, that was an absolutely lovely encounter with another content creator here in Sydney. You don't really get to see these experiences every day, and that's what I call something being destined to happen. So I came to the Darling Harbour at this exact time just to meet Angelo, and make sure you go follow him, guys, all right? Anyways, back to what we were doing. So a lot of people would think the Darling Harbour, you know, would have the Harbour Bridge view in here, but that's not actually the case. The Harbour Bridge is another fantastic tourist attraction spot as well, but it's really unnecessary to go there. There's not really much to do other than just like look at the bridge, for example. But just look at the scale of the people waiting to enter the club, and that's the main reason why I don't go clubbing these days. So yeah, that's Sydney's nightlife, guys, in a nutshell. Drinking, clubbing, and seeing nice scenery. So that, guys, was pretty much the Darling Harbour. But there's another place as well called Oxford Street. Now, Oxford Street is known to be a huge party street as well. However, Oxford Street is known to house the LGBTQ community. What I'm trying to say here is that there's a lot of gay clubs there, which is not really my sort of thing, but if that's what you enjoy, then head over to Oxford Street. Okay, plans have changed, ladies and gentlemen. I will be going to Oxford Street. I think this is just like a once-in-a-life opportunity to go to Oxford Street and show you guys what it's about, because it is a pretty nutty street. It is pretty crazy, and at the same time, I really need a piss. And why I mentioned that is because right next to Oxford Street is Hyde Park. Now, Hyde Park is almost like the what's a park in New York called? The huge one that everyone knows. That's the one I'm referring to, all right? And speaking of tobacco shops, here's another one. I'm predicting this one has a yellow sticker. Let's see if I'm right. It's shut, but here it is. Here it is. The Forsaken yellow sticker that's around all the tobacco shops in Sydney. And that's what happens when you sell illegal cigarettes, guys. Okay, we just made it to the one and only Hyde Park. So those big bullets over there, I think, are in memory of like army veterans that passed away. But what I'm more interested about are those big ass monument right over there. Just take a look at that. So this humongous monument, I believe, is in memory of the Anzacs that died to sacrifice their lives for Australia. But this actually looks so majestic. Just look at this, guys. Yeah, you can see the soldiers sitting up there on the columns. Reminds me a lot of like Egyptian architecture in some ways, to be honest. It's very interesting. We have just arrived now to Oxford Street. And right behind me here is the Oxford Art Factory, which is one of the prominent clubs here in Sydney. And they host a lot of alternative events in the club. And right on the corner over here is Cliff Dive. Now, Cliff Dive usually accommodates the Gen Z, Gen Alpha. I don't know if Gen Alpha is yet 18 years old. If you can just take a look at the crowd here, it's all like 18-year-old kids that go to Cliff Dive. And I've seen a lot of shenanigans happen around here, even though I don't really go clubbing myself. But that's pretty much Oxford Street for you. But no, we're not gonna end it there. We're gonna go to the more lit part of Oxford Street, which is right around the corner over there. Looks like there's just more bars and nightclubs around here as well. Pretty positive that's a gay nightclub and one of the most famous ones here in Sydney. I think it's called the Lucky Cat. And this one here is obviously another gay nightclub. It's called Drag, which is in the name itself. So I'm definitely not gonna enter there. Adult store, liquor store. Damn, that guy looks fly as hell. Oh my God. That was Oxford Street, guys. It's pretty much a very condensed version of George Street, but obviously with the LGBTQ references here as well and all the gay nightclubs around. But that's pretty much it in terms of where the crazy nightlife in Sydney really lies. Oxford Street, George Street, Darling Harbour, and I'm sure there's a lot of other suburbs that accommodate Sydney's nightlife a lot more than the three areas I just mentioned, but those are the three predominant ones.
You can't say that, 11 stop.